New and exclusive MS Now reporting that the vice president's security detail has gotten fed up with his expensive last-minute travel demands. Multiple sources tell our Vaughn Hilliard and Carol Leonnig that includes a request to fly J.D. Vance's young son to a golf lesson on the military helicopter Marine 2, and last-minute chopper rides for the Vances to go house hunting in Virginia. The frustration has boiled over to the point that agents have made custom coins and stickers to mock the frequency of the travel requests. The slogan, Bobcat OTR Survivors Club, a nod to Vance's codename Bobcat and his OTR, or off-the-record movements. Vaughn and Eddie are back with us. Vaughn, the vice president's office gave us this statement in response to your reporting, quote, "The Vances are grateful to the men and women of the U.S. Secret Service who serve our country with distinction while protecting a vice president with a large policy portfolio and a young and growing family presents a unique challenge. Agents of the Secret Service do so with excellence every day." All right, tell us about the Bobcat Survivors Club.
Right. Carol and I were told by multiple sources that all of that is accurate, that the vice president does currently have 3 kids with a 4th on the way, and that this president particularly demands of a more intense schedule for his vice president between foreign and domestic trips, and there are often cancellations. But what we were told by multiple sources that this is direct frustration with the vice president and the second lady themselves, and that these are Secret Service men and women who have been on details in the past through Kamala Harris, through Mike Pence, and through other principals that get Secret Service protection. But we are told, in the words of one individual familiar with those protections situations, that they are fed up with the amount of canceling and last-minute plans and the demands that it is placing on them, the ones that are by statute in Congress, the ones that are ordered to keep this very family protected. And that in our conversations that on Wednesday of last week or Thursday last week, the orders to have Vance and his 9-year-old son fly to Andrews, Joint Base Andrews for a golf lesson was essentially the tipping point using military helicopter. And that this came just weeks after a military helicopter was used to do essentially a home tours in Middleburg, Virginia, for where they would be buying a second residency. And that after chronic understaffing that goes back years in the Secret Service, that the demands and the expectations of the Vance family on their protection is pushing them to the brink in a moment where keeping the family safety in mind every step of the way is at the forefront of their minds, but they're struggling to feel like they are in the position to effectively able to do that.
Well, and costs money, and it comes at a moment when Americans are struggling and where the vice president, who came to fame through his retelling of his own life story, Hillbilly Elegy, is now saying this about the many perks of being vice president. Take a listen.
I think that what Mamaw would be worried about, and it's something I worry about too, is like my life is, dude, totally transformed. I don't go to the grocery store anymore. People go to the grocery store for me. Most of my meals, like when I cook a meal, it's like I love to cook, actually. I'm a big baker. I like to cook for my kids as a special occasion, but I don't have to cook anymore because I've got an army of people who are willing to like cook me my food. My life is so weird. I fly around on a 757, no more TSA lines for me and the kids. It's so weird, but it can become the sort of thing that if you internalize it, you start to be an entitled.
Might be a self-description there. But I mean, I think it's really interesting. He's a long way away from Hillbilly Elegy. You know, he's Yale, he's a venture capitalist. We can tell his story. But it's also interesting that this is dropping now. We got to think about palace intrigue.
Please.
We have to think about what's going on in terms of 2028. Who's trying to kind of take the shine off of J.D. Vance at this moment. He's also bearing the burden of the debacle that is Iran and the like. He's not having a good political week. And I think we need to read this story in the context of his own political aspirations.
I think part of his bet there in what he is saying is, I still understand the wants and the needs of the working man, right? This is cool. It is cool to have all of this at your disposal. And yes, it is very easy for that to change people. I think part of the challenge is it doesn't land the way that he thinks it lands. And even like, I don't think Americans begrudge him wanting to keep his family safe or the fact that he has a growing brood. It is about the sort of lack of consideration of the way that your choices, the last minute change in plans affect a system and a structure that is bigger younger than you.
I think that's a really good read, and I think part of what I think is actually right. And I think part of what makes it right is that it also comes with the fact that J.D. Vance has a problem with being sincere, with feeling authentic. So even when he's trying to make a thoughtful claim in the way that you just laid out, it comes with all of this other stuff in tow because he's so damn ambitious.
Just real quick, Vaughn, can you just give us a sense of what this is costing?
You're looking at every hour $18,000 to $24,000 for the use of that military chopper, again, whether it be for a golf lesson or whether it be to go searching houses. And administration official pushes back that, well, if the vice president was going, it would be a 40-car motorcade. Is that a better option? But again, I come back to the point that you just made, Alicia, in that these are frustrations that are coming specifically from those that are ordered to protect the vice president of the United States and are not new to the Secret Service detail life, and that these are frustrations specifically with how the Vance family uses them and what their expectations are of them. And I think that is important, that the VP doesn't have to answer and make the case to the public at large about the use of taxpayer money, but this is about the protection apparatus that is around him that are frustrated, to the point that they came and talked with Carol and I and wanted this to be public and have it and make sure that it be reported.
Vaughn Hilliard for us outside of the White House. Vaughn, something tells me we may see you in the next hour and a half. Thank you so much for being with us now. Still ahead, the Defense Secretary's new mission, hunting for testosterone.
I'm authorizing a new screening program for testosterone deficiency.
After my fall, when I was recovering, my doctor recommended Boost. Today, I'm back out on the ranch, working and riding again. A real comeback deserves a real boost.
250 reasons to choose T-Mobile. Switch and you can save $750 on the Experience Beyond plan in the first year, thanks to our benefits. Guaranteed. You could use those savings to do zip lines and stuff. There's lots more reasons to go. Find yours at T-Mobile.
With hands-free Glide Step Skechers slip-ins, you could actually see the comfort. Watch. Just step in with no bending down. Then with each step, you get a soft, pillow-like landing, plus an explosive takeoff, like Glide Step is propelling you forward. Try Glide Step Skechers slip-ins.
Don't kibble your dog.
Hey, Dr. Marty.
Hey, back.
What's wrong with this?
Let's check it out. It's still kibble, which means they're ultra-processed. At Dr. Marty, we freeze-dried premium meats, fruits, and vegetables, and it's available at your local pet store.
Your house might not be a mansion, but it still deserves a $19 pro home cleaning. Your cleaner will scrub everything from your toilet to your stovetop. Your whole place will be vacuumed and dusted. Honestly, you might think the price is too good to be true, but once you try it, you'll never go back to cleaning the house yourself. Pick a date, choose your cleaner, and book your first cleaning today for only $19.
For the next power outage with a Generac home standby generator. Your life goes on uninterrupted because you'll have power when you need it the most. Act now and you will receive a free 5-year warranty. Call or go online now.
As your child grows up, their Trump account can grow with them. And when America grows, their money grows too.
My money can earn its own money.
Claim your kids' money now.
Want the fastest working GLP-1 for half the price? Ro now offers FDA-approved weight loss injections cheaper, so you can see weight loss results faster. Lose 20% of your weight with the formula that hits not one, but 2 hormones for less hunger and faster results. Weight loss faster, confidence higher, price cheaper. See if you qualify at ro.co/TV.
You might be physically ready, but are you in the mood? Blue Chew Gold is the only pill that fixes both.
Blue Chew Gold.
Blue Chew Gold. Blue Chew Gold increases intimacy and connection.
So are you upgrading or what? Blue Chew Gold.
Gunk? Clear it out with Navage during the Great Gunk Out. Navage removes mucus, allergens, and viruses fast. With our 30-day satisfaction guarantee, you've got nothing to lose but a bunch of gunk. See and feel for yourself. Try Navage today.
I believe those who are curious see the world differently.
At Viking, we have always been curious and quite a bit different. For over 25 years, we have been connecting the thinking person with the world. First on the great rivers, then on all 5 oceans, now on all 7 continents. We are one Viking, exploring the world in comfort.
NetCredit is here to say yes, even when other lenders won't. Apply online in minutes and get funds deposited the next business day or sooner. NetCredit. Credit to the people.
Barrett hasn't taken a bite like that in years. But with his new teeth from Affordable Dentures and Implants, that crunch he's been dreaming about, it's back. Affordable Dentures and Implants.